Hey guys, it's Maya. Welcome back. It's super awesome to have you here. And today I'm gonna talk about the problems with casts because I have a lot of experience with that. And if you know my story, then you probably already know the story of the 6 casts I got in the first 2 weeks after I fractured my talus bone. And I had problems with 3 of them. So I'll put the link to the whole story in the description box down below. But to make long story short, so what happened? I broke my talus bone on the 31st of October 2012. So I got in the medical center, I got cast number 1 because I needed it for the transport to the hospital. Then I got to the hospital and they had to put my ankle into the 90 degrees, so I got cast number 2. The next day, my little toe started to hurt and the pain was just unbearable, so I asked them if they could open the cast, and they did. But they didn't operate me right away, so I needed a new cast for the transportation back home. And a week later I came back, so that's how I got cast number 3. Then I came back a week later, I had the operation, and I got a new cast number 4. The next morning, everything started again. So my little toe started hurting again and it was really painful, and I asked them if they could open the cast and they were like, I don't know, well, you have enough space around your toes and you can wiggle your toes and yeah, everything's fine. And finally, after 5 hours of this torturing, they finally opened the cast. And after a few days, I went back home, and of course I needed a new cast because number 4 was open, so I got cast number 5. And that wasn't a lucky one either. So everything started hurting again, my little toe started to hurt again, and it was really painful. And the best description to describe this is what it was like: my little toe was on fire with numbness. And no one believed me because, who could have this kind of problems with so many casts? So they didn't open it, and I was like begging them, please, could you please open the cast? And they were like, no, you have enough space, and don't worry, everything is fine. And I really felt like this little spoiled princess, and I could not wait to get back home. So a day later we came back home, and because the pain was so unbearable and I couldn't feel anything, and I asked Jerry, my husband, if he could do something about it, and it was just in the middle of the night. And yeah, what he did, he took a saw, he took a knife, and he cut off the part under my pinky toe. And there was that really huge, deep purple lump under the plaster, and I didn't feel anything in that part of the foot, and I was really afraid that my nerves were damaged. And because of course it wasn't okay the day after, so the next day we went to the medical center and I got the cast number 6, so that was a lucky number 6. So when I started sharing this story, especially on the Instagram at 100% Fit and Recover, this is my account where I share all the exercises and tips about the broken ankle recovery. So then people started contacting me and they were sending me photos and they were sending me their stories. And to be honest, I felt a bit lucky because I had just that huge deep purple lump, but some people had some really big problems with their ankles, with their legs, with casts, and the story was always the same. They think that everything is fine with me. That was like every time people wrote this. So yeah, medical stuff told me that everything is fine, that this is just in my head. And my advice to you is that you should not be quiet. Ever, never ever. If you feel that something is not okay, then something is not okay. Period. So if you're in the cast and you have this kind of problems and you have the feeling that something is not okay, then probably something is not okay. Maybe, something serious is happening under the cast. So talk to your doctor, ask for help, and don't be quiet because, there might not be just that feeling. Oh, I have the feeling that maybe something is not okay. Maybe it's more than that. So that's my advice to you for today. ask for help, talk to the doctor, talk to the medical staff, and just be persistent, because sometimes they're like, well, you know, everything is fine, you have enough space for the toes, for wiggling the toes and everything, and be persistent, okay? Because otherwise you can have some really big problems. And yeah, that was for today. If you would like to know more about me, about my work, about the recovery, come to my site, mynovak.com, and I'll see you next time. Bye!